Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Jared. This is Justice's Waiting Room, a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. I have no idea what's going on right now. How long does it take? There it is. There it is. Sorry. I put it on live chat today, so I'm not pissed because everybody's chat is behind me. But anyway, we've been doing this. So today, of course, Thursday, July 10th. Let's see what it do today. Morning, Dubs. Cease, what's up? Have a laugh this morning. As I said before, these motherfuckers are not reading the bills they're passing. Here's evidence of that. CC said, good news, Amazon sales down 41%. Hey. Yo, check out my fucking hat. My wife bought it off of fucking TikTok. By the way, my fucking hat says Foxtrot Delta Taco. So, um, man, this last week's been rough. Between the storm in Virginia, the storm in Texas, now the storm in New Mexico that caused massive flash flooding. Um, I feel like it would be remiss, right? Like I would be kind of not doing y'all a service. Um, and there's gonna be people that are like, why did he dwell on this? So one of my big phobias is like a mass death. You get it now? Is that fair? Like when a lot of people die at once, that's like frightening to me. Okay, I have PTSD. Talk about never leaving my fucking house. Okay. Crush said we've had tornado warnings 2 nights in a row, New Jersey. Yeah, so we'll listen to War, and I'm gonna put on not the Y'all bot for just a minute until we catch a full screen. Ah, right away. Hey, good news. We don't have to talk about weather for a long time. So this is as of 7:59 a.m. This is as of 5 minutes ago. I'm just gonna tell you what I see, and I'm really fucking bad at it. From the eastern edge of Montana straight down to like West Texas and west are all under fire risk. I'm just going to point it out. It's going to be really hot and dry, and there's going to be a chance for fire. There's storms in the what appears to be like Denver, Cheyenne, and then sort of in the upper Midwest. So this is like Iowa, Minnesota. Y'all are welcome. I know my states. How about that? Iowa, Minnesota. Y'all have storms. And that means Wisconsin, Chicago, or Wisconsin and Illinois, you're going to have rain. Okay? And then when I look along the Gulf Coast, there's piss everywhere. Okay? And when I look up the East Coast, there's piss everywhere, and there's big storms in the New York, Boston area, Halifax area. Okay? There are people that do this shit professionally. If you need more information about where you live and what the weather will be like today, you ought to figure it out. You ought to figure it out. It should be something that you do every day. One thing I can't stand is seeing people die for no goddamn reason. Okay? Okay? So, for example, if you live in what apparently looks like Des Moines, Iowa, your shit is fucked. I can sleep now. Thank you. I'm sorry, everybody. I was gonna buy it. I mean, I was just gonna wait, but I was gonna get one of those weather radios. Um, Ryan Hall sells one on his website, and I thought about just like buying whatever it's like $80, like whatever. And they even have like a little kit that goes with it that has like rechargeable shit. What the fuck ever. I'll throw that money at that too. I like toys. Yeah. Well, think about it, Cease. One of the things that we got to start thinking about, and I hate to be like this. I'm not really a prepper. Okay. Um, yeah, your shit is fucked. Yes. Thank you. You like that? We should trademark that. Your shit is fucked, and it's just no need for possessive. So it's yeah, yeah. Your shit is fucked. Um, Timeline's dark, but I want to remind you these motherfuckers are LARPing. They have no bullets in their guns. These are unsavory types. Your Proud Boys and your KKK wearing masks. I want to remind you to get 8 hours of sleep. I want you to drink water. I want you to exercise. I want you to eat right. And know that part of the reason that I tell other people to live a healthy lifestyle is because the people that are oppressing you, they don't. They don't. So part of the reason that I tell other people to live a healthy lifestyle is because those people that are oppressing you, they don't. Obviously, I think it kind of goes without saying, don't do drugs, kids. Kind of goes without saying. But if you'll notice, the kind of people that are happy right now, that are like enjoying this, you either wonder if gotta wonder if they're on cocaine or steroids or both, right? Otherwise, you've got to be pretty head down, pretty quiet, realize like it's an odd time to be alive. What I have to acknowledge as a white cis male in a system of privilege is that exactly. And I'm not sorry. I didn't get to pick. But I am going to take what I could have done is nothing. I could have just done nothing. And what I decided to do instead was be an example of what the Joe Rogan for the left, for example, is supposed to look like. Okay? First of all, you'll notice when you watch my show that there aren't any ads unless YouTube is doing that. I'm not monetized. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to make it. I'm not trying to become famous. Those are not my goals. My goals are to be consistent, to show up every single day and not clock in, do my time, and clock out, and try to pitch a product to you. You'll notice that I've been on Twitter doing pretty good for a while. Why don't I start? Because I'm not a fucking capitalist. Not everything that I do. Thank you, Crush. Not, my wife bought this for me for my birthday. I got this for you. And you know what she said? Fastest I've ever got something I ordered off TikTok. It's like they had that shit on deck. They were just waiting for us to buy that shit. That's right. That shit says Foxtrot Delta Taco. I think that is shit is hilarious. And it says 8647. By the way, as somebody that worked in food service for a long time, 86 means cut it off. Cut it off. 86 to fish. Cut it off. We ain't serving it no more. Like what the fuck? Pull it off the menu? It's not it that it doesn't mean anything other than that. 86 means we ain't got that. 86 whipped cream. Like I was a bartender. Who the fuck we're talking about? It's not my B day yet. No, no, no. I got it out of the mailbox, and she was like, "We'll open it," and I was like, "Open it as a hatch. So happy birthday." I'm like, okay, Foxtrot Delta Taco. There you see it. You see it. Thank you, Atlas. Hold on, hold on. Weed cough. My bad. So, yeah, I mean, you gotta acknowledge Donald Trump, rapid mental decline, right? Um, Again, I never have said this about another person. Never said this about another person. Try to understand what you really represent. Well, I'm a socialist. I want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing. I'm pro equality. I'm pro union. I'm a syndicalist, actually, which means that I think the path forward. So, not only should we federally legalize marijuana and then make sure the states do it too, and then just tax it and take that money and invest in us universal health care, education, income, and housing. Right? Hmm? Yep. And it means different things for different people, and there's paths towards it. Right? There's ways to get there. A step in the right direction, for example, is trying to cap rent, for example, or restrict your landlord's ability to raise your rent. It's no. How do I start that sentence? So capitalism ruins fucking everything, right? We've established that. Capitalism ruins fucking everything. The reason that this show, the reason that I haven't lost interest and stopped fucking doing this shit is because I'm not seeking syndication and I'm not watering down my language and I'm not being more professional. And you'll notice that I didn't shave today. You know what I mean? Like I don't want a job. I have a job. I when I have a project that I work on, I make a decision. Is this for fun or is it for money? Because you got to split those things the fuck up or you're going to go crazy. Because what's going to happen is when you go to work, you're super competitive and driven and you have this fucking. People sound different when they talk on the phone. I don't. I mean, I just don't cuss, right? I'm just same old G. That's the problem with me and everyone around me, especially in like a sales environment, is you got to put on a show, bitch. I just show up, okay? So I just came here to get 8 hours and go the fuck home, okay? So I'm not having fun, right? I don't know about that. I'm not having fun at work. I'm working. What do I think about my job? Man, I just wish everyone had a mental health counselor available to them that they could talk to in the event that they're having like a bad day. And I wish that our insurance wasn't so damn expensive so that I didn't buy it and I just have the VA, right? If I have a problem, I'll just go to the VA. Okay. Um, and I think about like how could we make it better? Well, if we had a union and we stood up for ourselves, it's hard to do that from home. We could potentially get the company to buy our health care, right? That's overthrowing the means of production. The unionization and then pushing your employer to make your life better. That's what I want in exchange for my loyalty, which again, I don't believe in loyalty to an entity or company. Many men feign loyalty and have none really. Know that. Know that. Right? If you don't pick anything up else off me, know that most men just pretend like they're loyal to some shit. Very few actually are. But there's a reason that with no ads, I'm not pitching a product, I don't put a website, I'm not begging you for money. I needed your help and you gave it to me. That's bigger to me. That's bigger to me than any amount of money I could be paid to be here, right? And what I've realized though is by not being a capitalist, I am putting it's like I'm disrespecting my message because really what this has become is trying to warn people about what's coming. I mean, we call it Justice's waiting room. You know what I mean? But it really isn't. I'm not a doctor. So while Justice's waiting room sounds cool, I'm like the Daily Caller, right? I call it out for exactly what's happening. There's no filter. I'm not being paid or promoted by anyone. I don't have an agenda, right? I'm not trying to run for public office and use my platform as a stepping stone into power. That's not I'm not what I'm it's not what I'm seeking. He who because I'm a fucking gamer. I'm into the lore. I read the books. I'm not religious, but I know all the spells, right? And so when I look at how to like build a political party or lead other people, right? And it's like, "Oh, if you're seeking power, you're automatically going to be a subpar leader." Leadership is something that you exemplify, that you show. You don't have to have a title to be a leader. And you know what? You know what is most important? And men forgot this long ago. Men forgot this long ago. I don't know about women. I don't pretend to be inside the mind of a woman, okay? But men gave up the safety and money power that they could be giving their family for power, for fake power. That doesn't mean anything, it's not real, right? Like, for example, the next step in my career is a massive pay cut. And if you look around, it's like, would you do that? No. I'm not giving up the financial safety and security that I'm able to pass to my family for power. I don't aspire to power. That's a fool's errand. I'm a fucking nobody, and I'm fully aware of that. Crush said, "You don't want to be inside the mind of a woman." No, I talk to my wife. I barge in on her because we do it to each other. Why you got this door closed? I barge in on her and then I go run and look at her computer screen. She's usually playing Sims, and a lot of times she's watching them like sleep or they'll be shopping, and I'm just like, that looks boring as hell. And then I try to tell her like Sims 2 was better, right? Like I heard Sims 2 is like a better game. And she's like, just fucking leave me alone. I'm like, okay, whatever. Why won't you play Final Fantasy? And she said, because it takes too long to do stuff, and I don't want to do that during the week when I'm working. I'd rather do it on the weekend. So I'll play Sims where they're just going through their day to day. I'm like, bitch, I need a healer. Like, what are you talking about? Like, cast physic. That's what I need you to do. I need you to run around, stare at me, and oh, your health bar. Oh, physic. That's what I need you to fucking. And she stared at me and she was like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, oh, okay. So, like I said, I'm not gonna try to be inside of a mind of a woman. So I'll just speak for men. Far too many men I've ever met in my life gave up literal safe. Think about this. If you're a parent, let's say you're a parent, and you're the only parent, meaning like your spouse or your baby's mama or whatever, your baby's daddy is a piece of shit, whatever. And so it's just you. And you're making like six figures. And within the same company, you get a job offer for it's a promotion, but it's half the pay. Instead of getting paid like 12,000 a month, you only get paid 6. And you're the only working parent of a child. Do you seek power or do you seek safety? Security. Too many people would be like, give me the promotion, let me have power, let me hold power. I need I need to hold the ring, right? Yeah, I told Zeke, you're the one that told me that. I told my wife that, and she was like, "I'm all right." So nobody listened to me because I'm a nobody, but I did say that I thought Amazon Prime Days would be great time for a general strike, right? This is when Amazon expects to make a bucket load of money, and instead we do not buy from them and we stay the fuck home during Amazon Prime Days. Apparently, that's not what's going to happen. I'm hearing whispers of like a few days the first week of August. So, week or two of August. Exactly. No borders, no banks, no masters. And what I don't want the United States to turn into is some uh, factioned, uh, every state its own country. I don't want that. I don't also want every state to be cookie cutter and the same. Um, I want I want places to maintain their uniqueness. I want to see people return. Well, I want to see humans survive. Let's say that first, right? So I'm clearly not interested in becoming a billionaire. right? Because I think that's the thought process is there's people out there that like still have some figment of an idea that they'll become a billionaire, and I just want you to know that that's never gonna happen to you. It isn't gonna happen for me either, but mostly because we weren't born with money, and so understand the main reason that you and I will never become billionaires is because we weren't born into money. And a lot of hurdles that you and I have had to go through to get where we are. And again, I'm not anybody. I'm not trying to claim that I'm somebody. I'm a nobody. But think about all the hurdles that you had to go through to get to where you are. Well, don't you think unending amounts of fucking money would have made that a lot easier? Or harder? Or you wouldn't be here. You know? Because one of the things that I've heard from addicts is that I can't ever make good money because if I do, I won't make it. I won't be here very long. That's one thing I've heard from people that are addicts. And remember, like 70 some percent of adults are addicts, right? Yeah. So I've been talking to a lot of people that have paid off their mortgage, and just to give you perspective of where we are right now, for most of those people, that still means you have to pay for insurance and taxes on your home, and it's in escrow, and it ends up being a few $1,000s a month. This is even if you've paid a year, sorry, a year, a few $1,000s a year. So yeah, you're drastically reducing your costs. But I just wanted to give you some perspective of where we are now. When I talk to homeowners and I ask them like how much mortgage, and they say nothing, I pay my house off. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. Congratulations. What are your costs for your home though? Like, do you have like insurance or tax that you have to pay? And sometimes they pay it a year or every 6 months. Um, so that old saying, like, you never really own your home, it's sort of true. But understand the privilege of having a home that you've paid off in the United States anyway. It greatly reduces your out of pocket costs to live. And if that's the goal, what is the goal of home ownership? Ask yourself, what's the goal? What's the point of owning a house? Oh, it's because in the event that you fucking own it, it doesn't cost as much to live. And you've greatly reduced your cost to exist, and you've greatly increased your ability to save, your potentiality to save anyway, right? If I reduce my costs on my abode to taxes and it's like 250 to $300 a month, hey, that's saving me like $1,300 a month. And there's way too many people out here when they talk about like it's kind of different to own your house, own your house if you need to pay taxes. This is a lot of money. Money can't give you happiness. No, no, you gotta be healthy. So one of the things that I do with my show is I'm always cognizant of the numbers. There's 20 plus people watching right now on two platforms. So this is a great time to just say, hey, listen, you got to control what you can control. Most of this shit is a shock and awe campaign. And all these people that are dying unnecessarily from all these weather events, dude, they've already traced that shit directly back to Donald fucking Trump and his cuts that he made to the National Weather Service and the NOAA. And I just want to keep pointing this out as the ship fucking sinks. Yo, they're going after the loyalists first. And also, I saw in Russia that one of the major like gold miners in Russia, I don't know what else to call him, like an oligarch, was trying to flee, and Putin had him fucking arrested, and he's gonna like force him at gunpoint to finance his war. So again, the war eats loyalists. It eats the people that are trying to do good and are on your side. That's one of the things about having been in the Marine Corps, in the infantry during a time of war. You know, I've spent most of my adult life outside of the military, not talking about the military, right? But what I've noticed is people woefully misunderstand the role of the U.S. military. Zeke said to pass it down to your kids. That's a good goal. I can't. The thing about it is, I don't have children. I don't have kids. Oh, that's sad. We paid $1,600 for stickers yesterday. My taxes are a few thousand a year. It increased my mortgage payment by, like I said, like a couple $100 a month. Heard from Michael Cohen that Pete Hegseth will be gone soon. He didn't inform Trump about not sending weapons to Ukraine. Yep. And then, hey, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the unredacted Epstein files are on archives. So if you have the time and the fascination, and you want to go find out for yourself, you can go find the Epstein files and read over those yourself. Um, I'm talking to Devil here on Clapper. Really, I'm an anarchist. I'm an anarchist as well. Like I want to see chaos, but I want it in different directions. I don't want it strictly violent, hard right. You know what I mean? It's not hard to make Donald Trump look stupid. That's his natural state. Yeah, dumbfounded. I saw something the other day that says like Donald Trump thinks asylum, like when you talk about someone seeking asylum, he thinks that's a crazy person. There's a reason. It's because he's an idiot. So there's a whole list of things like Donald Trump thinks this, right? Still think Bernie is beating the right drum. Remember, we are we a week away? Hey, we are 1 week away from a peaceful protest on July 17th. So, for those of you looking for a way to shout into the ether that you are, whoa, what's going on? Am I good here? Okay, just turn that off. Sorry. If you want to get involved on July 17th, that's a really good opportunity to do that. Finding other people in your community that feel like you do. Okay? Elon Musk, fucking Nazi lover, yeah. I just want to point out that in the last 6 months, Donald Trump and Elon Musk both have given the Nazi sign. Donald Trump did that from the balcony of the White House on July 4th, and Elon Musk did a Nazi salute twice just after Donald Trump was elected. I'm not just calling someone I dislike a Nazi because we have a difference of opinion. I'm calling them a Nazi because they gave a Nazi salute. I want to point out that the best part about all of this that I've learned is that all those Proud Boys marching around, facial recognition software can make out your face through that mask that covers your face, and there's a database. And one of the things that they've found is that with all of the detainees that ICE has taken in, 70% of them do not have a prior criminal record. Less than 30% of the people, less than one out of every three people, is in violation of any law. And they know it, and they lie about it. So keep in mind, ICE is very inefficient. They're not getting their man. It's because of the people they're hiring. They are only hiring washouts. No, every one of the people that they hire cannot get hired anywhere else. They're not hiring the cream of the crop. Those people are out there telling ICE what to do. You can't do that. And they're also losing ICE agents in droves. They're fucking quitting. Why? Because they can send you all over the country and you don't have real bullets in your guns and you don't have real warrants. And eventually, the members of your community back home are going to find out that you're a fucking ICE agent. For the record, I work from home. I do not work for ICE. Just throwing that out there. I work for Beyond Finance. I work in finance. I'm a math guy. I'm a nerd. Trust. Okay? But here I want to point this out. They walk around with riot shields. Of course, if you're a video gamer, of course ICE agents use riot shields and rubber bullets. You fucking pussies. If you play Call of Duty, that should piss you off so bad. Of course, those motherfuckers walk around with fucking riot shields. And you know what's good against riot shields? Molotovs. Speaking of Call of Duty, if I know a bunch of guys are running around with riot shields, hmm Molotovs. That was a video game reference, not at all a real life reference. Hey, hold the line, everybody. I am also not paying my student loans. Burning their hats, complaining all over X, Trump hiding the Epstein files, and they're gonna come out anyway. It's gonna come out anyway. You hid the information. You didn't do what you said you were gonna do, and his name's all over it. If you look at the unredacted, if you look, you got to look at the unredacted one. If you look at one that's been touched up, Comey was tracked by the Secret Service after a post critical of Trump. Tailed his car, tracked his cell phone. Oh, hey, I'm wearing a hat that says 8647. Yo, something tells me they let these people die. Things they care about, it's the Epstein list. I mean, I get it, but seriously, what about innocent people being stolen off the street? MAGA scum. And they announced they're going to investigate the Russia hoax again. Yeah. Kerr County officials waited 90 minutes to send emergency alert after requested dispatch audio shows. Ask the Kerr County Sheriff's Office to alert nearby residents. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, good article to read. It tells you exactly why people died. Yeah, I'm gonna read. At 4:22 a.m. on Friday, at Texas Hill Country began to as Texas Hill Country began to flood, a firefighter in Ingram, just upstream from Kerrville, asked the Kerr County Sheriff's Office to alert nearby residents, according to audio obtained by ABC affiliate KSAT. But Kerr County officials took nearly 6 hours to heed this call. The Guadalupe Schumacher sign is underwater on State Highway 39, the firefighters said in the dispatch audio. Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home? Stand by. We have to get that approved with our supervisor, a Kerr County Sheriff's Officer dispatch replied. The first alert didn't come through Kerr County's code red system until 90 minutes later. Some messages didn't arrive till after 10 a.m. By then, hundreds of people had been swept away by the floodwaters. Kerr County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond for a comment. At a Wednesday morning press conference, Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha declined to answer a question about delayed emergency alerts, saying that an after action would follow the search and rescue efforts. Those questions are going to be answered, he added. Records show Kerr County's Code Red system, Code Red emergency notification system, which alerts subscribers to emergencies through pre-recorded phone messages, has been in place for a decade. Hey, on the list of things to fucking not do, you know what I mean? An Aurora man shot his common law wife to death so she wouldn't become homeless. What? Shot her in the head so she wouldn't become homeless after he was fired from her job earlier this year. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? Oh. Oh, he blew her brains out and he was going to do himself, but he couldn't have the balls to do it. So he waited 38 hours and called the cops. Don't fucking kill yourself for anyone. It's never worth it. They're just going to back out of their end of the deal. Stick the fuck around. Right? Like, oh my God. And by the way, it was the first time they'd ever either been fired from a job. Oh my God. The reason that people feel hopeless is because that's what you bought. You got sold hopelessness and it turned into depression and you can never fucking crawl out from it when you let your brain just like, a lot of people are like Gad Sad said there's this phenomena called ostrich parasitic syndrome. And what happens is life sucks and people get enough of it and they put their fucking head in the sand. And they stop paying attention to what else is happening around them because they're having a bad time. And it's a way to avoid accountability, right? And humans do this shit, but like the ostrich actually does get a parasite in its brain, and it mistakenly thinks that it can just bury its head in the sand, and it'll kill the parasite, and all it does is deprive them of oxygen, and they die, right? And so that's a lot of what this is. A lot of people can't talk about politics and the news without getting riled up and getting upset, right? I want to continue to point out I'm 41 years old. I live in the heartland. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, and in my entire life, I've never met anyone that called themselves a Democrat or Republican. I'm like a social person. So y'all didn't root for them fucking teams anyway. Just throwing that out there. You ain't rooting for them anyway. But yeah, like 1/3 of all student loans are delinquent, 90 plus days, dragging society down. Yeah, they're trying and they're failing. Joanne asked, "How can you not get upset?" Well, I have PTSD, so I don't react the same as everybody else does when shit happens. Indiana's floating. You do what? And Christinome, FEMA sources, Christinome was responsible for a 3-day delay in deploying search and rescue in Texas. For the record, yes, it is. Gabby, yes, it is breaking people's spirit. 100%. The 400 people being detained in Alligator Alcatraz have no water for bathing, are being given one meal a day full of maggots, and are being swarmed by mosquitoes. You're right. Not everyone is strong. I fortunately have been broken.
up and organize in your communities. This is the cutting edge of the authoritarian fascist takeover of America. This is it. Now, do you stand and fight for what you believe? Your silence will not save you. Pretending like nothing's going on will not save you.
And hey, I want to make sure I ask my audience if you're ever put in a position to look for art, please don't use AI art. And learn what AI art looks like so that you know what to avoid. Morning, Crystal. Joanne said I work with people who make excuses for all this bullshit. Yeah. How do I say this kindly? The training class I came there with, all the people that you would think, oh, I bet they're racist, they didn't make it. Just want to throw that out there. Every single person, if you had any inkling, this person's racist. Yeah, they didn't make it. But yeah, but AI is slop. So just so everyone knows, um, I went to Purdue University and I studied data analytics, which includes programming and databasing and all the math required to do all of that. And also, I worked with AI for 2 years as part of my education. And what I can tell you is that if you need to utilize artificial intelligence to do your job, you need to get a new job. Hmm. Yep, because you've already been replaced. And otherwise, if you do a job that you think is above your fucking head and the only way you can get it done is to use AI, congratulations, you've been replaced. And so, what I would tell you is that AI is a tool in my tool belt. That's it. It's a tool in my tool belt. It's like having an idiot friend that has pretty good opinions that sometimes they can provide facts for. That's what AI is. It's not good enough. It's not helpful enough. Purdue University Data Analytics. I win. Trump card. It's like the highest rated undergraduate program in the country outside of Harvard. Homeland Security is coming to Phoenix. Hey, so what's happening in LA is going to happen in Phoenix too. They're hiring um, DHS, ICE uh, to move the operation east. When you're a leader, you can't delay your decision making and hold off your decision making. And when you do that, and one of the things that people that aren't built for the job will do is they'll second guess themselves. Should I be doing this or not? when your motives and directives aren't clear, when you've got multiple people telling you what to do. I mean, this isn't just Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Christine Ohm and Pete Hegseth that are all incalculably fucking stupid. How many people you know that haven't read the Diary of Anne Frank? Yeah. Yep. I thought when ICE went to LA, it was specifically to scare Kamala Harris. But yeah, artificial intelligence is useful for people that aren't smart enough to do the work on their own. That's what I found. AI wasn't helping me. It was just confirming the answer for me, and that's not good enough. I need it to be able to do the work. It can't do the work. They're offering detainees to work for nothing on the farms. So I told you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take in people they don't like and turn them into a slave workforce. Yes. That's why it's important to grow your own gardens to ensure these farms fail. Because these farmers took subsidies from the right for the last 50 fucking years. The agriculture in this country has been absolutely holding up the right. Hmm. Let them all fail. Grow a garden. I don't care. Grow a garden. Grow things you'll actually eat. Potatoes and onions and peppers. Make it fucking happen. I gotta make it happen. I'm waiting until I get paid, and I'm gonna make it fucking happen. See, I still think that since election day, Democrats have fucking steamrolled Republicans in all these elections. And they're not talking about it because it's to Donald Trump's detriment. But remember, when it comes to the big beautiful bill, if it weren't for literally three three fucking elected Democrats died in office. Otherwise, big beautiful bill doesn't pass because no Democrat voted for that. Good, good, good. I do wanna learn how to grow weed. It's just not legal, and so I'm also not trying to be the founder of the American Socialist Party that goes to jail for growing weed. That would just be incalculably stupid. I have friends that are farmers that hated your comments about Trump. I wonder how they feel now, right? Oh, see, all of the people that I argued with about Donald Trump, I'm not holding out on them contacting me because that's weird. But I am saying 100%, like my parents and shit, one day they'll just wake up and that golden goose will be gone. And if that's my dad's fucking retirement, if that's and I know my dad's retirement lost money because I know BlackRock is who runs his retirement, and I know he's lost 60% on that. Okay, and then when it comes to my mom, she works at a small hospital. It will come for you. I don't have to I don't have to say anything. And then one day they'll have to be like, "Oh, what did we do? What did we do? Well, you voted for all of this. Hmm. You liked it? You were enjoying it? Are you really?" Gabby said, "I kept on seeing on TikTok last night something about the tides shifted from the south and the earth is doomed." Uh, I don't know that that's how the math checks out, but yeah, there's two things called the AMOC. We talked about this, Gabby. We talked about this. We talked about this. Hmm. Yes. We talked about the AMOC, and then there's one in the southern hemisphere, and it reversed course. Yes. PBS Terra. So I like PBS Terra. Yeah, I can imagine weekends are busy with three kids. Yeah, the Atlantic, Mary O'Donnell, overturning circulation, AMOC. Shit. So I would just look at Southern Hemisphere. Oh, ting! Here you go. Here's a link. Change in the Southern Ocean structure can have climate implications. Satellite data, I'm going to read for you. Satellite data processing algorithms developed by ICM-CSIC have played a crucial role in detecting this significant shift in the southern hemisphere, which could accelerate the effects of climate change. Remember, I have this conspiracy theory that part of the reason that Democrats aren't in power and that they've basically disappeared is because of this shit exactly. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that smart people have access to information that we don't have access to. And when this shit is just now coming out to the public, I mean, this article that I'm reading to you, it came out on July 1st. I just think they knew that a while ago. And I think that they were like, well, there's nothing we can do about climate change. Why would we want to be in charge? Let this idiot be in charge. They'll never win another fucking election again. Ever. Nobody would ever vote for them ever again. They're piss poor leaders. Look at Kristi Noem. Thanks to data obtained from Earth observation satellites, an international team of scientists has detected an unprecedented phenomenon for the first time: a change in the state of the Southern Ocean. The study, led by University of Southampton out of the UK, was recently published in the journal PNAS. We gotta work on that name. Um, the study's main finding is both surprising and alarming. Since 2016, a sustained increase in surface salinity has been detected across the Antarctic circumpolar current. That change in water composition suggests a change in the balance of the components of the ocean circulation in the southern hemisphere. Fresher surface water close to the sea ice edge is being replaced by more saline waters. We are witnessing a true change in ocean properties in the southern hemisphere, something we've never seen before. Climate models predict freshening of surface waters in the southern ocean, while we observe the opposite, an increase in salinity. While the world is debating the potential collapse of the AMOC in the North Atlantic, we're seeing that the Southern Ocean is drastically changing as sea ice coverage declines and the upper ocean is becoming saltier. This could have unprecedented global climate impacts. Have a good day. So you're gonna have to talk me off that because think about this. PBS Terra posted about the AMOC collapsing a year ago. Right about the time Joe Biden fucking dropped as a candidate and Kamala Harris picked it up. And even though she's the most competent fucking politician in American history, had worked across all levels of government, had dedicated her life. Gabby, here's the thing. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. Uh, because he knows he'll be rejected on Earth. When he finds out that he could have absolutely saved us all, it just wasn't profitable enough. So I'll just tell you that now. AP, what's up? Elon wants to go to Mars because he's stupid. He's one of those kids that thinks he knows what he's talking about, but he didn't do his homework. See, one of the things that I studied when I was in college, I did it for a reason, was I studied like the effects of radiation. And here's the way I calculated it. Okay. The average radiation level on Mars is 10 times worse or higher than Chernobyl. We don't have gear that can make it on Mars. When we get inevitably get to Mars, inevitably that ship that lands on Mars will never take off again. The shit will corrode so fucking fast that there's not oxygen. There's not oxygen. That shit will corrode so fucking fast. And humans can't be outside and can't be exposed to it. And your gear that you're wearing is going to catch so much radiation that that gear is worthless. Those spray you offs as you pass through, that shit's worthless. I did the math. It's a fruitless endeavor. The difference is that I don't have oodles of American dollars to prove myself right. Um, but yeah, he's got spacecraft blown up on the podium. So yeah, I literally for like a month or two in college, I studied using mathematics the effects of radiation on Mars, and I was like, oh, he's an idiot. Here's the math. Yeah. Um, and so this is a result of someone not having done all their homework. And also, again, I just want to point out that the reason that Elon Musk is a bad guy is because he thought it would be more profitable to be evil. Again, this is somebody who did not read history books. Historically, evil people have not also got away with the bag. By the way, Tesla and uh, Tesla's failing. It's not even about a week. It's not even about a week. The radiation level is so high, if you aren't able to scrub yourself completely from it, it'll kill you. As soon as you take your fucking mask off, as soon as you expose yourself to that, you just brown out and die. Watch Paradise on Hulu. Built a huge bunker in Colorado. Jesus Christ. People should spend more times growing gardens than thinking about building a bunker. You fucking lunatics. Men are afraid of smart women. You goddamn right. Mm-hmm. Yep, and we want to make sure that, we point out the sort of the reason we're here is because mainstream media is not willing to hold people accountable, like Benjamin Netanyahu over the IDF committing a genocide in Gaza, right? Free Palestine, right? And then also, the media hasn't done a very good job, in my eyes, of holding Vladimir Putin accountable for Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, Slava Ukraine. Great, I'm married, thanks. Married and not looking, but I appreciate you sharing your porn in my comment section. Yeah, except like 1,500 times the levels of radiation treatment. No, no, no. See, in on Earth, when we use radiation for cancer treatment, it's a different kind of radiation. Um, it's not the stuff they make nuclear weapons out of, cease, or the type of radiation on Mars. You just straight up don't survive the exposure. You just fucking brown out and die. All your fucking organs stop functioning. So just know, if he ever gets away with it, he's just sending people to die. There's a reason that I can't stay on TikTok, is because I'm liable to say some shit. I got a warning. I got two account strikes. I got a strike for my Pam Bondi Epstein, they're lying about this shit video and I don't believe you, bitch. That video got me a warning. I'm gonna post the video. I wanted to show you all. This is why I'm gonna get banned off TikTok. And I both of the videos that have gotten me account warnings on TikTok, I posted on YouTube. Pam Bondi's full of shit. You remember this? Remember this guy? This is why I got banned. Yeah, it does. Happens like every day. They basically say shit like you can see myself naked through the link in my bio, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Y'all look like children to me. That's I'm like an old man. I'm not at all interested. And then let's see, what is the um Marine Corps veteran. I'm trying to remember. Hey, you know what? God damn it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. See, this is how I'm like, oh, this is what's going to happen to me. And Gabby, that feels like the last we've heard of JD Vance, by the way. The couch fucker. And well, what's worse is they did it in Spanish. I'm not even a Spanish speaker. I guess Clapper is like a. Oh, yeah, baby. Digital footprint. Remember, I told you about this. You can run, but you can't hide. Here's Canada doing the right thing. They're getting ready to recognize Palestine's statehood. Hell yeah, Stace. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I just want to point this out. Good old boys are getting in some good trouble. Border Patrol agents arrested Gennaro Ernesto Ayala, Jude Jasmine Janine Allard, Sado Jarnica, and Daniel Montenegro for interfering with federal agents conducting immigration enforcement operations. They are facing felony charges for placing homemade tire spikes to disable law enforcement vehicles. Anyone who interferes with our lawful mission will be arrested. The case is being reviewed by the U.S. Attorney's Office. All individuals are presumed innocent until determined guilty. Yeah, hey, I'm about it, especially if it's happening. Happening. Make sure we share this. Yeah, it's because they're silencing people like me. And the thing about it is, you know it's true when they take it the fuck down. Let me look. I got 3 people watching me. People always told me there's no future in video games. Just know that Nvidia, who makes fucking computer parts, just became worth $4 trillion. Yeah. ICE facility, they got ambushed, people were shot. You mean they shot ICE agents or ICE agents shot them? Jesus Christ. Click the cancel rule. Intended to make canceling subscriptions easier was blocked. FTC proposed changes adopted in October. Oh, so basically somebody just didn't do all their homework. Basically, did we talk about this yesterday? The CEO of Twitter, yeah, Linda Yaccarino. What happened again, man? Internal radiation for cancer treatment by physicists and radiation poisoning to make my body happen in 2012 period. Second day, bright side to kill the cancer. It's not nuclear radiation though. And I want to make sure we say on my podcast with the live audience, hey, the reason that all these people died in Texas is because of feckless, indecisive leadership. The thing about putting someone in power is putting someone in power that doesn't make fucking mistakes, that doesn't hesitate to fucking make the correct decision in a pinch. And in a pinch is when you get word that there's devastating weather, you let people know. You shout it from the fucking rooftops. Ooh, one agent shot in the neck. Ooh. Hey, Mafia 3. I'm telling you, you want to radicalize yourself? You want to get into gaming? Hardcore? Mafia 3. Maybe I'll play through that. Jesus fucking Christ. Never say die? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Remember this. It's going to be a hot summer, but come the fall, hey, COVID and the flu and shit's gonna come fucking roaring back. So when I tell you closing these fucking 24-hour walk-in COVID testing facilities is a fucking mistake. And that article from the city at NYC talks about the last 24-hour free walk-in COVID testing center closing. Hey, remember the politicians in Minnesota that got run up on and shot by that crazy uh, Republican in June? He got released from the ICU. John Hoffman has been released from a hospital intensive care unit and moved to a rehab facility. Continues recovery from a politically motivated attack in June. Authorities say targeted Democrats and figures with connections to the abortion rights movement. Oh, Joe, it's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, there's a big that tunnel collapse was a big deal. Yeah. Well, there's a reason why we're here every day, talking about the news, showing you AP and you know what I mean, like reputable news, and I'm not spreading propaganda, you know, because I'm not a fucking idiot. At least, God, I think I'm not an idiot. Such a wannabe badass. COVID vaccine won't be pushed anymore when we pay for by insurance. Yeah. Yeah, it's like people are so fucking stupid that COVID's just going to keep manifesting and there's nothing we can do about this. So, to make it into a profit making machine. Yeah, yeah. There was a tunnel in LA that collapsed. It was apparently a pretty big story. Um, Stacy, it feels like is today gonna be today. I'm so fucking done already. Hey, as I've told you, your best bet is to practice escapism in some form, whether that be reading books, playing video games, go back to school. Focus on controlling what you can control. You really oughta, cause the problem is you're playing into exactly what they want. Sorry, I thought I heard sirens. Canadian police seize largest ever weapons cache in terrorism inquiry. Four people who are trying to form an anti government militia and capture land. Jesus fucking Christ. The audacity, right? Zeke said, when we having a zombie outbreak? Well, I mean, if you really think about it, it's like 28 days later. I mean, COVID really did. It killed like one out of every 300 people. Like that. In the United States. And I mean, in who knows how bad it was in places that can't. But I encourage you to control what you can control. You don't have to keep your head in the news. You shouldn't be using Facebook, Threads, IG, WhatsApp, Messenger, Twitter. You should stop shopping on Amazon, start shopping locally. Okay? I'm thinking about putting up a basketball goal. Not facing my yard, but facing the neighborhood. Hey, remember the Philadelphia workers struck? the trash pickup people struck, they won. Their union reached a deal to end a strike. They got a 3% raise in each of the next 3 years, far from the union's request of 5%. Half the members will get an additional 2% raise through an added level and a pay scale. So, hell yeah. Join a fucking union. Look at these unions winning against these companies. No, they're going to be slow. Zeke, zombies would be slow. When you see these zombies, they're all, their flesh starts to rot and shit. First thing that's going to go is like your Achilles, right? So, Achilles, hammies, those things are shot. They're not runners. They might be fall off some shit, though. And I would be worried about zombies just kind of walking around aimlessly and falling off shit. You know, like people do. Oh, hey, look, we've been here 90 minutes. Oh, yeah, Bob's on a scooter. I keep forgetting. So, as we do every day on this show, we start with war and we finish the show with a little bit of Eat the Rich. You learn how to be really. Have a good day.